Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to part three of What is Life? It's wonderful, right? There is so much to explore in life. So, just so that you know, this is being translated in Hindi. So, you can choose Hindi interpretation. If you, अगर आपको हिंदी सुनना है, आप हिंदी interpretation choose कर सकते हैं. And before we begin, I want to invite you to start with a meditation on peace. So, as you listen to these thoughts, just stabilize yourself in the experience of these thoughts.
This is a meditation on peace. There are 3 steps. First, let go of the outside. Everything you can see, hear, and feel. Allow yourself to simply let it be what it is and let go of it. The second step, turn within and connect with the deepest part of yourself, the soul, the still, silent core of your being, whose essence is peace. The third step is to turn the mind upward and beyond and connect with the eternal, immeasurable, infinite source of beautiful, sweet peace. We start at the physical level. Check that your body is balanced and you're sitting comfortably, and then gently allow yourself to let go, to disconnect from everything that is around you in the everyday material world. What you see, what you hear, what you feel, let it be, and let yourself detach. And as you do this, you find yourself naturally oriented to an inner space. Turn the mind within and allow yourself to feel and connect with that subtle point of light that is the self, the soul. I, the soul, am deeply peaceful. I am essentially still, quiet, and silent. I allow myself to feel this essence, this core of my own soul. This is what it's like to be me. Peaceful, quiet, tranquil, serene. I am steady in this state, and so I move my mind upwards letting everything to do with the here and now merge, and I shift into a broader, more universal space. It is a world of light beyond the universe, and there I encounter the source, the beautiful point of infinitesimal light, yet infinite peace, an ocean merged in a point. I am focused, I am connected, and from that point the waves of deep peace wash gently over me. And I am filled with that power of silence, that extraordinary feeling of total peace. It fills me completely. It overflows and extends into the vast distance. I become like a conduit. The peace flows into me from that tiny point and becomes a huge ocean of pure, peaceful feelings that I can direct so that it encompasses the whole world. And the whole world can feel that subtle, beautiful, and sweet peace that it craves so deeply. I hold this state for a while. Totally focused. And then gently I withdraw myself back into my essence, back into the day-to-day world. But still, that peace is with me, spreading like an atmosphere around me. Om Shanti.
Oh, Shanti. So when we move around with this thought that I am peace, I'm an angel of peace, or I'm an instrument of peace, how does that make us feel? Definitely peaceful. We'll be more aware of what is the energy that I'm carrying and what is it that I'm sharing. So meditation is not about just sitting in one place and accumulating, creating these elevated thoughts and feeling just amazing for that little while. But it is also, how do I feel during the day? How do I spend my day? Do I have any awareness during the day? So we've been exploring about what is life for last 3 weeks. And the deeper we dive into this understanding of life, the wonderful it feels. So you can send me in chat, um, what is the one word that comes to you when you think of life? What comes to you when you think of life? When you hear the word life, what comes to you? God, okay. What else? You can write it in the text, or you can unmute yourself and share. So something called stability. Does stability come to you? Stability. We've heard these terms, life is a race, never stops, never ends.
Life is a race. Peace and happy.
Peace and happy. Great.
Yeah.
Life is a
Baba,
okay. Baba, God. What else? So life is supposed to be peace and happy, right? If we are running this race of life, do we want to win in this race of life? Very interestingly, think of this. Um, okay, someone says life is about God's teachings. Yes, following God's teachings. Um, think about this, right? Especially in the US, when you are driving on an interstate, right? And say anytime you are, say you're on I-95 and you are merging into I-95. So when you merge into the interstate, there are so many cars ahead of you, right? And and if I choose to drive fast, I will overtake so many of these cars, right? But at any given point of time, there will be some car which is ahead of me. I can't overtake all of them. So when we talk of life being a race, what's the finish line of this race? Is there a finish line of this race? And one might say that the finish line is when the soul leaves the body. But is that truly a finish line? Or the journey continues? We heard last week that life, another way of looking at life is the soul in the body. When the soul is in the body, life is created, right? I mean, it's called living being. So it's life. We start living this life. And when the soul decides to leave this body, does the soul's life end? Does the soul's journey end? So death is actually just a, what do you call, a comma in the journey of the soul. The soul's journey continues, right? It's always like there's always, so that's the definition of eternal. The soul is eternal, the soul is immortal. Eternal, as in the soul is not created, not destroyed. The soul is immortal, the soul does not die. That's life, right? It's like always there are some cars on the interstate. There is nothing like reaching my, reaching the race ending, or something called, which, a term that people use, which is called settling. I just want to settle. What is settle? Do we ever settle? Think about it. What is the definition of settle? What would I call settle? Having this much money in the bank, will I be settled then? Having this many houses, will I be settled then? Having all the cars that I love, will I be settled then? What is the settle? What is this settle? Because this will never end, right? If today I think that, oh, if I have 1 million, oh, I can settle. In 2 years, 1 million is nothing. And then we feel, oh, no, 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 I want at least a 2 million or a 3 million to settle. This thing just continues and continues. And we find ourselves living this life of desire, of never this feeling of settlement, always wanting more. There's no harm in wanting more. There's no harm in wanting more, but I have to understand that settlement happens here. It happens here inside. When I say I'm settled, I'm settled. It's not related to the money I have, the bank balance I have, or the amount of the number of houses I have, or the cars, or any other luxuries that I have, because there's no end to that. So feeling of settlement is again an internal feeling that's created here through my thoughts inside me. And I can create that feeling at any time that I want. You know, the beautiful thing about life, we also ask that, do we have any free will? We've heard about things like, Bhagwan ki marzi ke bina patta bhi nahi hilta. That without God's permission, not even a leaf moves. Really think about it. Is that true? Is that true? And if it is God's will, what would be God's will? Would God's will ever be of, giving sorrow to people? Would God's will ever be about punishment? Would God's will be ever about, um, you know, causing sorrow, taking revenge, create this world that's so chaotic? Is that God's will? And if all of this is God's will, then where is the law of karma? Why do we have courts, and why do we have judges? Why do we have the whole system, judicial system? If everything is God's will, then why do we punish people? Why do we have a judiciary system? Right? Why are there jails? Everyone will move around saying, oh, it was God's will. I didn't do it. I didn't kill. I didn't do that. Everyone will just move around with that. So we have to understand that law of karma is real. We will get the return of what actions we choose to perform. So, what is free will? Do we have any free will? And then, what is destiny? Are we living the life that I'm destined for? What is my destiny? Where is it coming from? There's this very famous, there's a story, right, of this king who was very wealthy, and he had three daughters. And so the king had so much arrogance of his wealth. He tells his daughters that, you're experiencing all this luxury because of me. And the youngest daughter says that, no, I'm experiencing all this because of my fortune. The father gets so angry. The father, who's the king, gets so angry. He says, oh, really? You feel that? Okay, go out of my kingdom, fetch for yourself, and I'll see. So he decides to, he decides that she should leave, and she leaves her father. And while she is just, roaming around, a beautiful prince sees her, and he wants to marry her. And then they get married, and apparently, this prince is wealthier than even her father. And on the other hand, her father's kingdom is going down. So the father realizes that it was truly her fortune that was actually even helping me sustain. So there is, we talk about the soul, the journey of the soul, and we talk about the fortune that the soul carries. And because of my fortune, people I live with are also experiencing that. So we all live in this world, we are so interconnected. We don't even know whose fortune or whose destiny am I also benefiting from. And somewhere we start thinking it's only me. It's my destiny. It's my hard work. It's my power. It's my, right? We get into the zone of my. So when we understand life on a deeper level and we understand how connected we are, interconnected we are to each other, how interconnected we are to nature, this body, which is the five elements of nature, without which either soul could not do anything, we start becoming more and more humble, and we start having regard for everyone. Right? So, what is destiny? What is free will? Destiny, we don't think about destiny as jo hoga dekha jayega. If it's in my destiny, it will happen. That's called being lazy. That's called not making effort. So we say destiny for something that's in the past, that happened in the past, where I can't go and change my past. So I say, okay, it was destiny because I can't go back and change it. But for future, I have the free will. I can choose. I can choose because I don't know what's in the future. So what is in my hand is this present. This present is a present, a gift where I can choose what I want my future to be. So think about the present that we have, the present that I have to create my fortune for the future, becoming more accountable for the present, becoming more present in the present. Life continues, but we are so much in the past, or we are too much ahead in the future. Think of life as this journey of life as a treadmill, and it's moving at a certain pace. And if I'm walking on the treadmill, if you have ever walked on a treadmill, I have to match up with the pace. And when we are walking on the treadmill, or say if the treadmill is, at 3.5 miles an hour speed, I have to match my speed with that. And then if it's increasing to 4, I start jogging slowly because I want to match up with the speed. And if I'm not matching up the speed, what happens? I will fall. Or while being on the treadmill, if I'm looking behind, I'll lose my balance, fall. If I'm running way too high ahead, can I? No. So my speed has to actually match so that I can enjoy and accumulate the strength and lose some fat, lose some baggage, right? So all of this is happening at the same time while I'm walking on this treadmill, trying to match up with the speed. And then there is building of strength, where we increase the resistance, we increase the incline, or we are trying to increase the speed. So I'm trying to build resistance. Why? Why do I want to build resistance? So that my strength increases, right? These are all strengthening techniques. And we do this, we've heard of this for the body, whether it is weight training, treadmill, elliptical, whatever I do. I am trying to increase the strength of the muscles. And that's why I put this body through this rigorous training. And I keep on increasing the weights, or I keep on increasing the resistance. Isn't life like that? We are moving just like on this treadmill. We are living this life every day. We wake up, live, a day gone, sleep. Wake up, start my day, live, sleep. Where is the strength training? Where is the resistance? It's coming from all the situations that happened to me. So, the situations that come, the people that are in our lives who bring their own habits and behavior and sanskars, the relationships that we have who are a gift to us because they bring their own baggages, they are all our strengthening techniques. All of this comes to us so that we become strong, so that I build my resistance, I build that power in the soul, right? So when we start looking at life like this, it becomes fun. It becomes fun. I can enjoy it. Otherwise, I can sit and complain and say, oh God, again, one more thing, it never stops. Why? Why do I have to go through this? Why only me? And why others are enjoying better more than me? And why and why and why? What did I do wrong? And everything. Next week, we'll look into the depths of karma or the karmic journey. But today, think of life as this opportunity which is helping me become more and more powerful each day. Now, I will not become powerful just like that. As the situations are coming, but I also need to build the resistance, right? The power to face the situations. And that, again, is an inner journey, an inner practice. So, let's look at our full one day as a life. Okay. Because it's so uncertain. Life is so uncertain now. We don't even know anything can happen at any moment. So, what we have is the present. The present is in my hand. This moment is in my hand. When we wake up in the morning, waking up with this thought that, oh, I have this day in my hand. And what do I choose to do with this day? That is a gift for me. So, let's start by what kind of thoughts do we create all day to keep our mood and my energy light, but also to build this resistance, right? Build this power in the soul and not get drained. Remember, there is so much of heaviness in the world right now. There's so much of heavy energy in the world right now that it's so easy for us to feel depleted of our positivity or of our energy. And we need to sustain that energy in us. Because with so many people and so many things that we do, knowingly, unknowingly, right? People are feeding off our energy. And I have to protect that because I have to sustain myself first. So let's start by looking at our daily timetable. Okay. So the first thing that we do, so in the Brahma Kumaris, we wake up really early in the morning. We wake up at 3:34, which is called Amrit Vela. Amrit means nectar, Vela means time. So it's the time of nectar. It's this time when the world is, when the majority of, in this time zone, everyone is sleeping, right? If you ever have woken up at 3:34, you'll see there's a different kind of silence, a different kind of pace, right? Uh there's no sounds of cars or traffic or anything. It's just peaceful. So waking up at that time is coming in sync with nature's energy. And it is at that time when I can create, when I have the most charge because I have woken up from a good night's sleep and I have woken up fresh. So, really important is what time do I wake up? And you can slowly try getting up little earlier, little earlier. It's not just the time of Amrit Vela, but also how do I wake up? If I wake up with thoughts of um oh, I have to get up now, though I heard Amrit Vela, I have to do Amrit Vela. Oh, okay, I have to do meditation now, 4 o'clock, everybody's sleeping, I have to do. So if I'm waking up with this kind of an energy, not good. Don't. Okay. But when I wake up, my first thought, what is my first thought? What am I telling myself? The moment I open my eyes. So when we open our eyes, the first is we say good morning to God. And we say, Baba, God is our Father. So the moment we open our eyes, we say, good morning, Baba. And then remind myself of who I am. So start, while on the bed, like I start creating certain thoughts that I am a powerful soul. I am a soul in this body. I'm separate from this body. So I am separate. Sonia is not who I am. Right. So just reminding myself of who I am. And then taking that time out. So from 4 to 4:45 in the morning, we sit in meditation. And it's up to you. You can start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but sit with yourself. We are not used to sitting with ourselves. We are so used to getting up and running and doing things and taking care of, the breakfast, the for the children, pack food for the children, rush to work, traffic. Some people have the habit of, say, going for a jog, or we are always like doing, constantly doing. But before I start all this, can I just spend the beginning of my day with these thoughts and then start my day? You see the difference. It's like really laying the foundation for the day. And it's really important how I start my day. So we start with meditation, and then we, shower, get ready, and then we have a morning class. And then we go to work. But also, as you get, as you get ready while brushing, what is the thought that I'm creating while brushing? I'll share with you a very real incident. It was, I think, in 2012 or 2013. Um, I had a lot of cavities, and when I went for my dental exam, the dentist told me that I have to get a root canal. They did some X-ray and all that, and they saw that I needed a root canal real bad. And I have this thing towards, dental treatments. Um, I don't know what it is, but I was like, no, 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 I don't want the root canal. So I said, okay, let me use the power of meditation. So what I started doing was every morning as I used to brush, I used to create this thought that, God's energy of healing, of peace is like spreading, radiating, and, every teeth is becoming so this and everything is fine and everything's good. And guess what? I've never had a root canal. Everything is fine. And I don't even go annually for my dental test. I don't. I go every 3 years, 4 years, I don't know when. But it's fine. Just recently I got an X-ray done. I went to the dentist and they did the X-ray, and I asked her, do you see anything? They're like, no. Like, oh, okay, cool. Have you ever heard of a root canal just healing on itself? So that's the power of these thoughts, early morning thoughts. If I am brushing with this haste, if I am brushing with all these thoughts of how my day is going to be, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Now that's the way I'm starting my day. Remember, every organ of my body, every cell of my body is taking energy from these thoughts that I'm creating. So, what thoughts am I creating while brushing? What thoughts am I creating when I take a shower? So, a very elevated thought while showering is that the soul, I'm in this body, this temple is being washed, and I'm the idol in this temple of the body. Just as early morning in the temples, they throw water and they actually wipe the temples. So think of it that way, that I am this living idol. And even when they do the abhishek on the idols in the temple in the morning, so I'm this living idol bathing, or this water. Right? This water is like nectar is falling on the soul, even though it's falling on the body, but this is God's rays falling on the soul, just as this water is cleaning the body. God's light of love, God's light of purity is purifying the soul, is cleaning the soul, creating this thought as we bathe. When we get ready, creating this thought that, okay, you apply your cream, lotion, makeup, whatever, right? What is the thought? Am I creating thought based on I want to look pretty and I want to look a certain way? Again, body conscious energy. Instead, as I'm, decorating the body, can I create the thought that just as the soul, I'm decorating this body, the soul is being decorated by God's virtues? Or think about today, I'll carry the fragrance of this virtue as you're putting your perfume. I will carry the fragrance of this today. In every action that I perform, I can create these thoughts. I can just become more mindful, just become more soul conscious, or just creating these elevated thoughts as I'm having breakfast. What is my awareness while I have my breakfast? I remember I witnessed someone, they were in so much hurry while getting ready. She was spending so much time to get ready in the mirror, and she was using the bathroom mirror. And there was breakfast she hadn't eaten. So I was like, why don't you just come have your breakfast? He's like, okay. She came out, she took her plate, she put the breakfast, and guess what? She took it to the bathroom. And where did she put it? You can't even think where she put the plate. Think about it. If I'm getting ready with this energy, I'm not even respecting the food. How is it going to sustain me? So again, a lot of people are talking about mindful eating. A lot of people are talking about, right, take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, but to eat, respect food. So in the Brahma Kumaris, we respect food. We give extra, vibrations to the food before we eat the food, right? Just to kind of have that right energy while eating the food. So I don't remember if we shared, but we have like a 3 or 4 way process of purifying the food. So while cooking, it starts from actually when I'm buying the groceries. With what awareness am I buying the groceries? In India, especially, we bargain with the vegetable person, right? It's so common. We've grown up seeing bargaining. But when we go to buy the same thing in a mall or in a store, do we bargain with them? We just purchase what's written on it. Why do I bargain? Why do I want to create that energy? Right? Some people feel, oh wow, I bargained and brought it to this much. What is that energy of bargain? It's a feeling of discontentment. When I'm bargaining, it's a feeling of discontentment in the other person. I might feel victory, but the other person who's selling, they need it, they'll sell it. Is that 5 rupees going to make me, what is it? And we go to restaurants and we spend so much money out there. We don't bargain there with the bill, right? These are little things. With what awareness I'm buying the vegetables. With what awareness am I buying fruits? With the right awareness. I come home, with what awareness am I cooking? Am I cooking with this just uh, just giving pleasure to the taste buds? Or what is my awareness as I am cooking? And then after we finish cooking, we offer it to God. We offer it. So we offer something called bhog. It's again invoking God's energy, purifying the food with God's light. And then before eating again, we invoke, we thank the elements for providing me this food. And then I consume this food. So there's like a 4 step purification that's actually happening to the food. So many times people, they sometimes people argue, why don't you Brahma Kumaris, why don't you start growing? Now why are you buying vegetables? Right? Why don't you grow? There is so much people, you're buying from people, so why can't you eat outside? Why people argue in so many ways, but we try to purify the food in so many ways. Again, it's the energy. With what energy am I consuming? Huh? Now, when it comes to say you're walking, you choose to go to the gym or you're walking. What is my awareness when I do that? So this going to the gym or every morning having a discipline of walk or every evening having a discipline of walk it's a discipline. It's a determination. So feeling good about this, that yes, I can do it. Creating this good thoughts of good job, right? Feeling good about it. So everything that I do, feel good about it. And then last week we spoke about in the evening, we journal or write down how my day was, how did I spend, did I use virtues, right? How was my day? And then again in the evening, meditate before going to bed, and then sleep with that awareness. Again, why this is so important? Why now this entire day, think about it, is could be could be alive, could be that day, the day as alive. And when I choose to spend my each day like this, I'm leading this life of positivity, a healthy lifestyle. It's all about lifestyle. So when I incorporate a healthy diet, when I incorporate exercise, when I incorporate good sleeping habits, when how I wake up, when I incorporate meditation, it's all a lifestyle. I'm leading a life with this style, and it's the in thing now, having a good lifestyle. A good lifestyle is not just going, to five-star restaurants or going to certain places or traveling first class and all of that. It's one portion. And it's one, I'm not traveling by, first class every day, but do take a shower every day, or I'm cooking meal, or I'm eating every day. So choosing this lifestyle is really important. It really helps us how I choose to lead my life. So today here is the challenge for you from today. The challenge is, do you want to lead a better lifestyle? And it starts with one determined thought. One determined thought. 21 days of consistency, discipline, and practice, and you can do it. And you will like doing it so much that you will not want to go back to it. Believe me. In the beginning, to always try something new, we have resistance. And sometimes I truly believe this, that if I don't make it happen, situations will make it happen. And then who becomes powerful? The situation becomes powerful, because now time made me change. Time made me do it. Rather, I make that decision and change. So that's regaining the soul's power. And with this power, with this lifestyle, we can take care of any situation that comes to us. It's building inner strength and resilience. It's building power slowly, because I'm not just aware of what I'm eating and everything, but I'm now creating these elevated thoughts during the day. And of course, our traffic control. We know, right? We have spoken about traffic control, the consistency of every hour, withdrawing every hour. So, challenge, can you incorporate a new healthy lifestyle from tonight or morning if it's India, or any time that you're watching this video on YouTube? But it starts now, present. Okay. So, I wish you all the best for a great lifestyle which awaits you, which is waiting for you to just take that decision and take that step. So, let's take a few minutes of inner reflection. I, the soul, am the powerhouse of this body. I have the power to choose. I have the power to decide. I innately know what is good for me. Today, let me choose what is best for me. How do I choose to lead my life? How do I choose to spend my day? Only I can create the feeling of being settled. No situation, no material pleasures, no other relationship can give me this feeling of being settled. This is in me. When I remind myself that I am peaceful, I am happy, and this is a decision that I choose and make, I feel settled. So today, give yourself a gift of a great healthy lifestyle. The best gift that you can give yourself. Be unique and powerful. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So, wishing you healthy, happy living, happy lifestyle to all the powerful souls. Yes, yes. Spirituality is not about not having dreams and growth. It is definitely we do grow, but it's also accepting the self, accepting changes, and building this inner power and understanding that growth on a bigger picture, bigger scale, not just in my profession and career, but an overall growth. Sometimes we forget the overall growth. Right. So, see you next week with What is Life Part 4. And we'll talk about probably understanding more of law of karma. Okay. So, have a good night. And I'll see you next week. Om Shanti. Thank you for joining. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om